Hey guys, this is Ray, one of your hosts from the Elated Egos Podcast. I'm here to say that the audio for part one and the first few parts, my apologies, the first few minutes of part two are a little lower quality. This is due to our computer actually using the wrong microphone. It used the microphone within it instead of the nice mic I have to record that I'm using right now. It's still totally good. It's just lower quality, and you'll hear a bump in the quality in part two. Please forgive me for this. I'll try to make sure it doesn't happen in the future. Enjoy the show, guys. Welcome to the Elated Egos Podcast with Micheal and Ray. This week's podcast is on relationships, why we have them, and how not to be a dick. Welcome to the Ego. Familiar relationships are very weird. Me and Micheal both have very strange familiar relationships.
Yes.
Mostly because Micheal has had a kind of a hard life, and I've just been a spoiled brat.
No. I was okay. So I'm gonna kind of just sum my life all up. Okay, I went from it all to none, and I am so grateful for the little I have now. So very grateful for my grandma especially. But when I was a child, I should have been that rich suburban kid that is driving like a $30,000 car to school every day. But first, my step-grandfather left my grandmother, and he was bloated. And so now I have my nana. And then my dad and my mom were never really a thing, but I was always forced to see my dad. And he was kind of a dickhole. But I never saw him. I was always with my grandma when I went to go for my dad's weekend. And then my mom got married to my stepdad. I love my stepdad so much. He was like a father to me, and I still love him to this day. And I have my stepsister, or my half sister too, which I love her to bits. I loved Emery. And my mom died, and I was living with my stepdad for a while, but my grandmother, because she was getting suspicious about money and everything, and she made me go live with my dad, which was a horrible idea. And then me and my dad got in a fight, and now I'm living with my grandma on my dad's side. They live 150 yards, so I still see my dad every now and then. I don't talk to him, but yeah. So now I'm very, very grateful. But familiar relationships, I mean, it all depends on your life. Sometimes you're going to be very grateful for parents. Like, see.
Sorry about that helicopter.
I'm an atheist, but I do believe a lot of Christians do raise their children with very great morals. I don't agree with some of the stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. Like my step-grandparents, with my step-family, my stepdad and everything, they were awesome to me. They cooked me meals every day. My stepdad still loved me like his son, and buy me video games. I would have had a brand new car. I still had my sister, and they loved me, even though I wasn't even really their kid. And they used to have they had a person live with them that wasn't even their kid. It was their son's friend that was living with them for like 3 or 4 months. But that's just how they are. They're really, really good people. And then sometimes you might have a wishy-washy family where like they're 1 second they're happy with you, but you do something small and they freak out on you, or it just all depends really.
Yeah.
But you always gotta love your parents. You don't have to like them, but you gotta kind of love them.
It's hard sometimes.
Yeah, it is very hard.
Me personally, I don't love my parents, and it sounds like the worst thing in the world.
But there's gonna be a good explanation.
Yeah, I mean, I love my friends more than I love my family. And I mean, I think the reason because of that is because I've never really felt like love from my parents. Like I know they care about me. I know they love me. I know they've dedicated the last 18 of their years of their life to my existence. I don't know, just something about it. I just don't feel like that emotional connection on some deeper level to my parents that I feel with my friends, that I feel with my teammates, that I just feel with other people, just not them. I don't really feel it with any of my family members, and it feels terrible to say this, but it's just true.
And I feel that I think it's like a psychological thing, because I notice a lot of people are like that. Like Noah's like that. Like you think like that he appreciate his mom a little bit more because just how much shit he gets away with. he gets away with everything. He can smoke in his house, really. But I do notice, like, he will be more lenient to some friends than his mom will. Like, if she doesn't do something for him, he'll go off on her. And then with his friends, if something happens with one of his friends, he'd be like, oh, dude, it's okay. It's all right, man. And I'll sometimes say, like, well, why didn't you do that with your mom? Or something. Or with your mom or something. And, It's just a normal thing, and all parents really, they just want you to just go on and live your life. They don't really
be happy.
Yeah, they don't really care if you don't like them or not. They just kind of want you to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, something I feel like I've heard from parents a lot is like, I don't care if you don't like me because I still love you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's something that my parents have said before to me, which I've kind of like, I understand, but I don't care because you're saying it, but I'm a little white asshole. I've had an easy life with my parents. They provided for me a lot. They've managed to make sure to, keep food on the table, keep healthy food on the table, not just go to McDonald's every day. I've had home cooked meals for pretty much every day of my life, except for special days where it was like, oh, well, it's a Friday, I don't feel like cooking dinner, you want to go somewhere? It's like, yeah, why not? They provided me with video games, they provided me with entertainment, they've provided me with bikes, with scooters in the past. I mean, without them, I wouldn't have gotten my driver's permit. Like, they provided a lot for me, and to be honest, I'm grateful for it. Like, when I think about it, it's like, oh my God, you people are amazing. But in everyday thought, it just doesn't come up, and I just see them as these annoying pricks.
And it's also because you see them every single day.
Every goddamn day, and I'm tired of their voice.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one person I don't see every day, and that's my mom, but that's because she lives out of town. She lives up in Dallas, but that's because of, like, work things. But I'm going to be really mean right now and say that I really do not like my mom because she's the most annoying human I have ever met in my fucking life.
See, like, when my mom was still alive and I was living with them, Jesus, I used to bicker with her and my stepdad. Well, not really so much my stepdad. I don't know, he wasn't the argumentative type. He's not dumb, but he wasn't as more tactical as my mom, you could say. And I used to freaking hate my mom. Oh my God, I used to argue with her so much. But when she was gone, I was like, damn. Like, there was, like, it's like a friendship. If you ever just hang out with a friend every single freaking day, like my friend, I wanted to rip his head off, I swear. Just because how much we would argue literally about once an hour. And it goes the same with your parents. But as soon as she was gone, it really, like we were going back to earlier, it just felt like there was something missing. Like, there's like, where the hell is she? Like, it just felt like I missed her a lot. But and then with that, I don't talk about her all the time. I never do, actually. I try to forget because I don't want to make myself depress everybody. And any of you out there with the dead parent, I hope none of you keep grieving about it. It's good to grieve, but not every single day for 10, 20 years. I grieved probably about every other day for 3 months, right after she died. And after that, I was like, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, she's not coming back. I need to start getting used to her not being there. And you could call me like a little bit emotionalist. I kind of am sometimes. But the thing is, I know when I should feel bad. Like, I don't necessarily feel it. I just know when I should. And with my mom and everything, that was like really the last emotion. My ex-girlfriend was the last time I just felt something horrible. And but now I'm very grateful for my Nana. She is like the number one hero in my book. And you know what's weird? You'd think I talk to her nice and everything, but when I talk to her on the phone, I catch myself just being a dick, or just sounding like a dick. And I feel bad, but I just can't help it sometimes because the stuff she says to me, and I'm like, I'll just counter it, and I'll have a bad attitude. I don't know what it is. But she does call me like 3 times a day, and it gets a little old. But I don't want to unanswer because she's still grieving about my mom, because I mean that's her daughter, and so I don't want to like not answer the phone. So I answer it, but it gets really repetitive when it's the same thing for the next 5 or like for the past 3 years. Just talking about the same thing. So how was your day? Did you do blah, blah, blah? Did you do your homework? Did you do your laundry? Did you eat? The same thing over and over and over again. I'm like, you should know the answer by now. Come up with something new. Call me when you have something important. But I love her to death, so I answer anyway, just because she's worried about me and everything.
I mean, do you have any, like, aunts or uncles?
Yeah, but they don't. I do have them, but I'm just not connected with them. Like they don't ever talk to me.
But do they have that connection with your grandma though?
Oh yeah. Actually, she's more connected with her sisters, and my nana's still very young. Like she still goes to concerts.
Okay.
So she tells me, she's like, I have a life. So that's what she always tells me. I'll go. Yeah, you don't need to talk to me. I'll go hang out with my friends. Okay, I have a life. If you don't want to come hang out with me on the weekends, it's okay. So, but yeah, she does.
I was wondering if maybe her calling you so much is maybe just a part of like you're her last connection to her daughter.
Yeah, that's why too.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a whole bunch of different factors why she calls me.
But I feel like that might be a very underlying, important factor.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird to lose a person in your family because you do feel like, holy shit, like. I've only lost 2 people in my family, and granted, they were super old. They were both 85. No, they were going to turn 86 that year. They were my great-grandparents. My great-granddad is who I'm actually named after. And then my good old Grandma Jenny, who had so many stories, and they were always really interesting. Just from her life on the farm through the Great Depression, her time in Chicago before and after she got married, moving down to Houston, raising Grandpa Butch, just all that crap and all that crazy, weird stories. Same thing for my great-grandfather, Ray. He was a very interesting guy. He spoke very, very little. He was not a very outspoken man, but when he did speak, it had power to it. A good bit of it was like racist shit, which was hilarious. And I was just like, oh, Grandpa, just in the back of my mind. But like, I really did love them, and I really did have a respect for them, and I think they were the last family members that I had that I actually like, loved. And they died 2 years. No. Shit. Yeah, they died a year ago. One of them died actually on my parents' anniversary. My granddad, which is kind of like holy shit.
Yeah.
Which really sucks, but I mean, it felt very weird knowing that they were both dead, and that the man that I was named after, and that I looked up to a lot because of the power he had in his voice and in the way he spoke when he did, like they were gone. I'd never see them again. I mean, I'd see them, but that's because they're ash on my Grandpa Butch's mantle.
Or you're high as shit.
Yeah,
no, I'm kidding.
no, I'd freak the fuck out.
Yeah, same.
But like, it's weird to just think about like, one day, that person is sick, they're not doing too well, and then the next they're dead.
I don't like it when people die, but I always like it when at least they live their life. Like they were 80.
Yeah, 86.
Or they have so I can't wait till I'm old. Just like so, I just think about my whole life. I just wonder what it's gonna be like to think when I'm like was here right now when I'm 80. Like I could just imagine how many more stories I'll have.
Yeah.
So I just want to live my life really. And I think sometimes I want to live my life a little too much. Like I have a dream of becoming a cocaine cowboy. I didn't say that. I do not.
Mr. DEA officer, I did not become a cocaine cowboy.
Exactly. But see, that's the I may or may not want to or become that. It's just like I always just want to live. I'm a very free spirit. Like I always want to adventure stuff. I thought I saw cocaine or a bag full of cocaine, and I really wanted to open it. I just want to go do crazy, stupid shit sometimes. And I've done some crazy, stupid shit. But we're getting off topic. With family, it all depends on the people. It really does.
Yeah, and I mean, one day I hope to have a family of my own little Raymond to play with. I mean, and I hope it's with the girlfriend that I have today, because I feel like she would be an amazing mother towards my little baby child. But I want to become a father one day. Not anytime soon. Hell fucking no, not anytime soon. Probably like 10 years from now. Maybe like 7. But like, I don't know, there's this weird drive in my heart to become a father and to create a family, support a group of people under my own house and under my own work. I don't know, it's just a very appealing idea to me, and I want to raise my child better than my parents raised me.
Yeah, same, me too. But see, like I said, with me, I just want to live. That's all I want to do. Yeah. Like, I think when my mom was still around, I was still, I don't know. I did want a family at one point, but when she was gone and just saw how young she was, I was like, man, she just didn't do nearly as much as I thought she was going to do. So now I'm just like, I need to do stuff. I need to, like, cocaine. Not really.
Michael, don't do cocaine.
I'm not going to do cocaine. But
don't lie.
I'm not. When I'm 30, when I'm 32, I'm going to do it once.
It's not bad. I'll show you the dark net.
Okay. Oh. And but it's completely possible for you to marry your girlfriend now. Like, my economics teacher did it.
Yeah.
And it was funny. He wrote down. He had 2 choices for 2 girls. He wrote down the pros and cons of each. And the girlfriend he married, or his wife now, she had a car. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna with this one. And he actually like really connected with her. They never argued or anything. And
wow.
They just really, really connected.
He really made a checklist.
Yeah. He wrote down pros and cons.
He is an economist teacher.
He is. Like, sometimes I feel like man, you should be my dad. Like, I really feel like from some other weird way, like maybe we're like I was swapped at birth, maybe.
Or your sperm.
Yeah.
Your dad's sperm managed to get in the wrong hole.
It was funny, like, we like jinxed each other one day. Like, we said the same thing, and we were like, wow, that was a little weird.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
It's weird to have something like, oh my god, we could be family.
Yep.
On a topic kind of similar to family is, well, family, but not blood. Not family by blood, but family by experience. Like I said on the last podcast when I was talking about, like, my football team, like, I see them as a family. Every single person in that locker room is my brother. They're my brother in arms. We fight together on the field. We will die together on the field. That's how I see it. Every time I see a person get injured, I feel absolutely terrible. And it hurts me on a personal level to know that a person that I care about could be in danger of never playing the sport again. Last night, Ahmad Harris messed up his knee.
Is it bad?
I have no idea. Ahmad Harris is our starting running back right now. He went on a bad route. I think he twisted his knee. He wasn't able to stand.
Oh, man.
It fucking hurt me much as it hurt him.
I really like Ahmad, too. Ahmad.
Anytime I see one of our hillbilly teams that we play against, like yesterday we played against Brazoswood, they can go fuck themselves. I'm sorry, I'm a little salty from the game last night. One of the linemen tried to throw a punch on one of my D linemen because the lineman got fucking smacked out of it. Maybe if he was better at football, that wouldn't happen because he's a little prick. But he tried to throw a fucking punch. It's like, hell fucking no. If you deck my man, I will fucking slit your throat.
Did the ref call it?
Oh, yeah. He was ejected from the game.
Good.
Yeah. But, like, I care about these men as if they're my brothers because they are my brothers. I've been working with them for the last 3 years of my life, suffering together, working hard in the weight room, running miles, working on plays so we could be the best team that we could do or be and become a family that accomplishes more than one person could do on their own. and that's family to me.
Yeah, that is like with my old best friend, like we were family. We were planning to move in for college and everything. You know, I just really felt connected, and same with you and your old friend too. Like you just felt empty. Like he was probably considered family to you. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw the friend I was talking about earlier. I saw him as my brother. Like we played football for a little bit. He quit because he just didn't like the sport. I can't fault him for that, but I felt like I had a deeper connection with him on a familiar level, like as if we were just brothers.
Yep.
Than anything else, and anyone else can feel that.
And I would say, like, with best friends, sometimes it's actually probably good to take a break from a little while, because, like, it's like with family, like with your, like, family, once you just see them every single day, it gets old, and you start to be a little bit more salty. So sometimes it's actually probably good to take maybe, like, a 2-week break.
Yeah.
And best friends are actually easy, or friends are actually probably easier to connect with just because they're your friends, and they're not your, like, actually family.
You're not forced to see them on Christmas. They're people that you make time for.
Yeah, so like the breaks are a little bit short.
Actually, no, I think that's a good definition of what a family member is. It's a person you make time for.
Yes, yeah.
You take time out of your own schedule to see them, to care about them, to talk to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's a good point.
Yep.
To wrap up this part of the podcast, part 2, familiar relationships. Next part 3 is going to be on romantic relationships. That's going up tomorrow on Wednesday. Please check that out tomorrow. It's going up on the YouTube channel. I hope you all love it, and I hope you love this part of the podcast. I'll see y'all later.